Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and in this video, we are going to go over the Fractured Plane event. I have played through it once to kind of get the hang of it and give you my opinion on it and give you some tips as you're diving in to make sure you're taking note of for your first playthrough, just to help you get a grasp of the Fractured Plane event, as it's the first time we are seeing it in game. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, on the surface, it's always fun to get new content to the game where it is free to play friendly and the whole player base can enjoy it equally. We've got an event here where resonance and stats and everything is normalized, kind of like the challenge rift mechanic in Diablo 3, where you are given a build, a certain loadout for a class, and then you are going to be playing the content within the loadout that is given to you, where you can't really adjust your skills. You can adjust some of the gear that you're wearing during the run for the essences that are going to be active during the run, but the skills cannot be changed, and none of your stats out in the real world during the actual Diablo Immortal open world are going to matter. So now I'll walk you through what the event is going to be like and how to participate and all that stuff. Then we will talk about my final thoughts, wrapping it up here at the end. So really easy to find. There's going to be a quest over here on the top left for you to navigate to it, but it's just right here to the left of the central square, and you've got this room right here that'll lead you into the Fractured Plane interaction element to get you started, and then you will go through a little bit of a process to get in that takes a few minutes, and then you're into the Fractured Plane to start clearing the content. And now I want to pull up some of the footage that I recorded while I was running this, and this is showing the process as you get started, and you kind of go through the random BS that it's having you do, talk to random people, and then you got to go like to the library of Zoltan Cool to do a little side quest, and then you have to come back and get to the Fractured Plane, and this is showing you that on like 5 or 6x speed. You deliver a crystal. You go through a little bit of dialogue with the curator. You're going to come into super easy fights. These ones you don't have to worry about, these initial ones. You just kind of kill a few random mobs, and very easy fight. You can just YOLO it, attack them. And then like at this point, you're not having to worry about like saving your health and stuff, because you're going to go back out into the real world after you kill this stuff. So just clear it as fast as possible. And then that's the little intro to the content. You'll come back out here, you'll talk, you'll get the shard that you have to take back to Deckard Cain, and then you'll be able to dive in and start the Fractured Plane event. And that's what you see me kind of zooming around doing right here. And now we are ready to get started and jump into the actual levels and clearing the content. You can go over your build for a second, try to get a lay of the land on what you can expect. And then you can finally, that's what you see me going through right there, just kind of making sure, checking that it's different than the build I was using, reading the different overview and stuff like that, making myself familiar with it, and then pop, we're ready to dive into the levels. Now I skipped ahead to kind of show you what the play process is going to be like. You're going to walk up to a circle, unlock a bridge to the next area. Each plane floor will have multiple areas that you go around and clear, and then there'll be a portal to go to the next floor, and you'll find the merchant inside of the Fractured Plane. So what you want to do is, the goal is to do damage without taking damage. You got to take your time. You got to make sure that you are staying as close to full health as possible, because healing is going to be very expensive. You don't have a bandage or a potion or anything like that. So when you're playing, be super careful. Take your time. There is no clock. Feel free to run into the corner, wait for cooldowns, and just kind of keep space, and then use whatever you can from a distance to deal damage to the mobs while they cannot deal damage to you. Then after you clear a stage, you'll be presented with these reward choices, and they are on a star system, like 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star. So ideally you want to get the chaos coins spent on the ability to increase your magic find to get better and better gear. So when you first start clearing stuff, you want to make sure and get all of your legendary gear spots with something in it. So make sure and check what you're claiming. If you already have a chest, but you're not even wearing any shoulders yet, make sure you claim a shoulders as soon as you can, or even consider buying it from the shop when you get to the merchant at the end of each floor. So yeah, just be super careful. You can see me, I'm showing you for a little bit what the play style is like. I'm just kind of running in a circle, staying on the edges and spamming whatever I can from range to just slowly take my time and do damage to mobs without taking any damage myself. That's what it look like. You're presented with a couple gear options, and then the chaos coins choice if none of those gear options look well to you. It seems to bug out a little bit over there on the right as well. It's a little bit weird. I know you can see that little window on the far right with all the at symbols. Super weird. But you just have to click like cancel on that or whatever, and make sure to check your inventory that you're wearing the right stuff. And because sometimes you'll buy something and forget to click the equip now. So just check your inventory every time, because it will keep salvaging your inventory when you get to a new level, like right here when you go through the portal. So there you go, boom. Oh, and yeah, sometimes they'll leave like remnants. It'll say like stage cleared, but there's still stuff to kill. So be careful when you clear a stage, actually confirm it. Check that you picked up all of the coins, and check that there's nothing actually attacking you, because it's a little bit weird how the finish stage mechanic works. And then after that, you will come up to the merchant, the chaos broker, and this is where you can spend the coins by either getting the shard that will increase your magic find, the shard of fortune, or purchasing items that are super important. You want to pay attention to which ones have essence that are going to help you deal damage from range. That's ideally what we're doing, trying to avoid damage, stay safe, and crank out damage from afar. So whatever is going to, based on your class, whatever's going to help you do that, pay attention and get those essences. And also pay attention if you're seeing one with a star power, like if you're wearing 1-star pants and you see 3-star pants in the chaos broker. Anytime you can go up 2 stars, it's probably worth going ahead to make the investment in doing that. But if nothing is looking attractive, definitely get the shard of fortune so you can increase your magic find and be able to go through the content a little bit better by getting better drops. So all in all, what do I think of the content? I'm very new to Crusaders, so I'm kind of learning the dynamic between range and melee, and I'm way more familiar with Demon Hunter. But I feel like so when I went through the first time, I got barely short of floor 14 and didn't quite finish it. I think if I redid it, I could probably win the second try, because I had no idea what I was doing on a new class and no idea how the fractured plane worked. But I was trying to prepare for this video and going through and just kind of learning it. So I think I could do it again if I played through it as my satyr. But it definitely was tough, because it's hard to do consistent damage from a range as a crusader, and the way it's structured, you really can't get in there and fight, because you'll just take too much damage that you can't heal. It's too expensive. So I feel like correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the ranged classes are going to have a massive advantage in this, because it just seems like if I was on my Demon Hunter, I would have cruised through this extremely easily. I would have just been constantly cranking out tons of damage with my primary from afar, moving while I'm shooting and staying safe, and doing way more damage than my Crusader was doing. So that's what it seems like to me. It seems like melee classes are going to struggle a lot more than ranged classes. But that could just be my bias. I'm being new to Satyr, so let me know if I'm wrong. But yeah, for new content, I'm all for it. The Fractured Plane is a cool idea, and it's similar to the Challenge Rift in Diablo 3, where you can get some rewards and everybody can participate in a challenge on an equal playing field. So all in all, I'm mostly okay with it. I think it just highlights something in the game that's going on right now, which there's a little bit of a gap between the ranged classes and the melee classes, especially when it's going to come to content like this. So in Diablo 3, we see melee classes get a permanent, just passive 30% less damage taken, and I think we may need something like that just to bridge the gap and help these melee classes actually be able to get up in there and fight in some of this content like this. So I hope they address that and they bridge the gap between some of the melee classes and the range classes when it comes to PvE content and stuff like this going on. But let me know your thoughts down below, and we may host a poll here on the channel over on the community tab if you would like to vote and share your opinion on the Fractured Plane and what you think about it compared to me. So that'll do it for me on this one. Remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy daily Diablo Immortal content. I will see you soon in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.